An educator, communicator and traveller with a mind as sharp as ever, Gail Ford says she's lived a fortunate life. But she's open about what Parkinson's disease has stolen.
The first sign I had Parkinson's was my handwriting, and now it's totally illegible. Communication was very important, and now I can't communicate. A text message might be 2 lines long, it could take me 10 minutes. I mean, a reasonable sort of short paragraph might take half an hour because there's so many mistakes.
Several years ago, Gail had direct brain stimulation surgery, a procedure that got her back to what she calls 70%. But then came 2024.
Talk about unresolvable, oh my gosh, I was 5 months, I think, in 6 different hospitals. And my speech is much worse, and I really can't socialise at all. People, they don't probably ignore you deliberately, but that's in fact because they can't understand you. We'll say something, they'll reply quite to different thing, or else they can't. And so they sort of don't make contact to avoid that sort of experience.
Gail wants to choose when to die.
I think it's important to have a choice and to die with dignity. Everyone has that, should have that ability, because death for many people is not dignified and it's not pleasant.
We are really being much more open in these conversations, and the reality that we're all going to die someday, and let's do everything we possibly can to improve our quality of lives every day up until that time.
After years of debate, the ACT voluntary assisted dying scheme is finally beginning.
There's a lot of thirst for knowledge, but not just around voluntary assisted dying, but more as it is, as an end-of-life option, not an alternative to palliative care.
To qualify, a person must have an advanced and progressive medical condition that is expected to cause death and is causing intolerable suffering, but also decision-making capacity. There are 10 steps, including multiple assessments from qualified staff and proof that an applicant is acting voluntarily without coercion.
Once you're in it, you're not committed to it. You can stop, but you can also pause. And so it might be that you're just not 100% sure of where things are right now, and you may want to give it a couple more weeks until your next assessment.
The ACT scheme is unique in not requiring a diagnosed timeframe until death, and no other jurisdiction has nurses trained as practitioners.
So we have 29 voluntary assisted dying authorised practitioners. That is a combination of medical practitioners, nurse practitioners and registered nurses.
Anyone who's been through the process of supporting someone at end of life, terminal illness, it's tough. And I feel absolutely privileged that I have the opportunity to be part of something that makes life and death better for people.
Darlene Cox leads the oversight board that will scrutinise the scheme.
We're monitoring it to look for opportunities to improve the service, to make sure that there are sufficient safeguards in place, that people really are entering into this voluntarily, that there is no coercion.
There are some calls to include people living with degenerative conditions that won't directly cause death, like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease.
Certainly the government's made a commitment to next year undertaking community consultation about that very point. And the bigger picture is we want equitable access. Anyone who would benefit from voluntary assisted dying, who wants to exercise their right to use it, how are we making sure that they're supported to do so?
Choice is key.
Studies have certainly shown that people will access voluntary assisted dying but never use it because they may have the substance there and it's sitting there. It's almost a bit of an insurance policy in case everything just becomes too hard.
Gail doesn't want to wait until things become unbearable and has already decided to apply for the scheme.
I think about like a ship with plimsoll lines, you know, they sink below plimsoll lines, they've got too much on board. I had a good life, I had a full life, and I'm lucky I can say that, I can look back. So I've led a very full life, and why should it go on to a bitter ending? It's called quits.